The United States systematically tried to erase all traces of black history, erase all traces of black person's identity and heritage. Due to the diligence and persistent work of one of the matriarchs, Mildred West, we are one of the few African American families that can trace our history that far back, predating census records. It is important to note that this also coincides with the Great Awakening, a period of spiritual revival in America. Our family traces its roots to the Delmarva Peninsula, especially two small towns on the lower eastern shore of Delmarva, now known as Ross Point and Concord. Also very near to the birthplaces of African American leaders of the period, Frederick Douglass, Bishop Richard Allen, Reverend Dr. Charles Albert Tindley, and my favorite person in history, Harriet Tubman, just to name a few. Upon gaining freedom, four men, not blood related, took on the surname of West. Their names are Minas, Henry, Handy, and Samuel. It was later found that Handy and Samuel's father's name was Peter, which allowed us to trace our history to before the Emancipation Proclamation. The men were deeply spiritual, industrious, civic leaders, and property business owners. In the last few years, using the most extensive DNA testing conducted by the University of Connecticut and by the generous contribution of Howard West Sr., Handy West, side of the family can now trace its roots back to Angola, Africa, the Mambumba tribe, and that is where our date of 1692 comes into play. Their lives centered on the church and following Christ. The subsequent generations followed their examples. We have many rich stories that show their dedication. I want to briefly share just one story. This is the story of Mount Calvary United Methodist Church in Concord, Delaware. After the Civil War, the black parishioners were locked out of the local Methodist church. Without hate or malice, they declared they would have Sunday service. They refurbished a log cabin and had Sunday service the following Sunday. Mount Calvary still hosts our annual West Family Celebration. It was declared a historical site of the state of Delaware in 2015. In 1953, family leader Lois West Gordy realized that